Did you know most employee engagement surveys fail? And not because the questions are bad, it's because employees don't trust them. They fill them out, but they don't believe anything will change. That's the real issue. Not the tool, not the form, it's the quiet, why bother? That creeps in. Hey, I'm Jamie Buck, and at ProProf's Performance Academy, we've helped over 2,000 companies and 4 million employees run surveys that actually lead to action, not silence. In this video, I'll walk you through a 5-step framework to create engagement surveys that inspire honesty, spark change, and build trust. Now, I'm going to be using the same engagement survey workspace we use at ProProfs to show you how to go from setup to analysis smoothly. And yes, there's a surprise at the end. All right, let's start strong by setting up your survey foundation. Now, I always start with the structure, and instead of creating a survey from scratch, I use a pre-built engagement survey template, one already packed with research-backed questions. And it often begins with something simple like, I feel valued at work. That one sentence reveals a lot about your culture. Once the framework's in place, I tweak it to fit the company's tone, which is enough to make it sound like us, not a textbook. Hey, if this approach feels right, give this video a quick thumbs up because that tells me you're focused on building a better feedback culture. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any important details that help build a better work culture. All right, now that the structure's ready, let's make it truly your own. All right, so this is the fun part, and it's called personalization. Adjust the tone, question style, and flow to reflect your company's personality. Swap rigid scales for sliders, emojis, or short text answers if that fits your culture. For example, instead of asking, do you receive timely feedback from your managers? Try, does your manager give feedback before it's too late to make a difference? That small shift makes the survey feel more human and less like homework, right? You can also duplicate or rearrange sections or add an ENPS question followed by a comment box. This step turns your survey from generic to genuine. Now that it sounds like you, let's make sure people feel safe answering it. Honesty only happens when there's trust. That's why I always make responses anonymous. It's a small switch that changes everything. When people know their answers can't be traced, honesty goes up, and so does engagement. Share the survey where your people already are, Slack, email, or the company intranet, so everyone gets equal access. That layer of privacy makes the difference between silence and sincerity. Now that you've built trust, let's protect it by setting clear permissions. Every good survey needs clear boundaries. Employees feel safe and confident when sharing their honest views, while leaders only see the information that's relevant to their role. That's why it helps to set visibility by role. Employees simply respond, HR teams and managers review the results, and everyone understands their part in the process. This approach keeps data private, insights accurate, and participation consistently high. Once those boundaries are set, it's time for the big moment, launch day. All right, so here's where everything comes to life. When the setup's ready, hit launch. Start with a small pilot if you're testing the waters, or go company-wide if you're all set and ready. Now, if it's a part of the long-term program that you're setting up here, schedule it to repeat, say quarterly. Automation handles reminders and timing so your feedback loop never stops. That's how you make listening a habit, not a one-time project. Okay, the survey's out. Now what happens when the results start coming in? Here's the part where real change begins. So when results arrive, don't just store the data, study it. Look for patterns and stories behind the numbers. If your engineers feel under-recognized, try small wins like Thank You Thursdays or team shoutouts. I also run quick pulse surveys between the big ones to track shifts in sentiment. It helps spot early signs of burnout before they spread. Remember, engagement isn't an event, it's a rhythm. And when that rhythm becomes part of everyday work, culture starts to evolve naturally. Ready to take your surveys and your engagement to the next level? Great! Now, let me reveal the surprise I promised you initially. Okay, so everything I've shown you can be built in PeopleGoal, a customizable performance and engagement platform that helps HR teams triple their impact without drowning in spreadsheets. So, here's what you get. Built-in App Store access, build 360 reviews, OKRs, onboarding flows, and surveys in minutes. Proven templates, tested across thousands of employees, ready to customize. Seamless HR integrations, and if your tool's not supported, we'll build it for free. Personal coaching session. Get expert help to launch and optimize your workflows. And yes, your first 60 days are complete free. Run a real engagement survey. And guess what? If it's not helping, you can cancel anytime, no pressure. Because this isn't about selling software. It's about building workplaces where people feel heard. Now, tell me in the comments, if you could ask employees just one question that truly matters, what would it be? Also, if you do not wish to miss out on any such interesting tips in the future, be sure to hit subscribe. And also share this with someone who's ready to make their surveys actually matter. So until next time, keep your teams happy and your data honest. Bye for now.